This week on The Real Housewives of Orange County.
I trusted her to confide in. And I'm telling you right now, I know I made a mistake.
It made me feel, whether this was your intention or not, I'm telling you, it made me feel used that you wanted to tell.
Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back. Listen, we're going to talk about this new episode of The Real Housewives of Orange County, Season 18, Episode 14. Let's get right into this. You guys, this was a crazy episode. I was like at the edge of my seat. Y'all, Orange County, like this season is gonna go down as an amazing season. There hasn't been an episode thus far that has like bored me. Like this is one of the best seasons of OC. So let's get started. The episode starts with Heather Dubrow at the doctor's, and she's there with Gina, Shannon, and Jen, because they're going to go get mammograms, because you know how they say that women should be getting mammograms when they are like a certain age as like a preventative measure. So as they're waiting for the doctor, Jen tells them that she went to Alexis's house with Katie and that she kicked them out when they shared the news that she was not going to be invited to the trip. Shannon tells them that Alexis texted her back saying, "If you're going to host a trip, I'm sure you have enough money to pay my future husband $75,000 back." Damn. So Shannon is about to like scream and go off, but they're like, "Shh, we're at a hospital." So then the doctor comes in so they can go get their mammograms. Now, Jen has been having a lump on her breast for about 5 months, so she was very concerned about this and a little scared to, have it checked out. Thankfully, once she gets checked, the doctor says it's not cancerous, it's nothing bad, it's just part of her, I think, the implants, but it's nothing, life threatening or anything like that. So that was a huge weight off her shoulders. All of them were okay, matter of fact, but with Heather, it was a little alarming that the probability of her getting breast cancer was 39%. And that is extremely high. The doctor said that like a normal, not non-alarming rate would probably be like 10%, but Heather's almost at 40. I feel so bad. I hope that nothing happens to her. And that's so scary. If I was a woman, I would be so scared of even going to go get one. Like even if I was just going, just like even though I knew there was nothing wrong, I would even be scared of that, cuz that's so scary. So after that, the women start to pack up for their London trip. I also gotta say, I love Katie's daughter. She is so funny, and I love their little dynamic. They even gave her a confessional with Katie. Shannon is also packing with her daughter. They loved the photo that Emily gave them. And one of Shannon's daughter is in London for school, so Shannon is super excited to be able to go see her once they're there in London. When Tamra is packing, she's telling her husband that Jen pretty much ignored her at the tea party. But I don't know why she's so shocked. You called this woman's husband a con, and the FBI is going after him, and a bitch. By the way, she kept calling him a bitch here too. I'm just glad that Jen is kind of in a place now where she's holding up her boundaries with Tamra, and I think she realized that she is not going back. So then they all officially got to the airport. Heather and Katie were the first ones there, and oh my gosh, was it awkward. Good thing Katie, had it in her to kind of start a conversation, but Heather was just so dry. It surprised me also that they showed the airline they took, which was JetBlue, and they even let Heather talk on the speaker of the plane, and she said it was Shannon's birthday and that she's single. When they arrived in Britain, Heather kept saying it all to the strangers that it was Shannon's birthday and that she was single, so that was funny. Now, y'all know this wouldn't be Housewives if they didn't spend some time deciding who gets what rooms. Shannon put all the keys in a bowl and had them pick them out, but all of the rooms were amazing, so there really wasn't much to complain about. Matter of fact, they were like kind of like penthouses. I don't know what other word you would call it, but it's like a place, but then there's rooms inside of it. So really nice, really nice. Shannon also gave them all gifts, scarves, hats. Now, some of them were thinking to themselves, are the optics good of her spending all this money on them? Probably not. But then I thought to myself, she never said that she didn't have money. She's just saying that she ain't gonna pay this man back. So go ahead, Shannon, buy them gifts. But wait, you guys, there's drama. Of course, Tamra brings it up to Heather because they're sharing the rooms where they're at. So Shannon had just gone to Jeff Lewis' radio show. And Shannon kind of accidentally, non-intentionally, sort of admitted that the money John gave her was some kind of loan. She didn't say that, but like the way she worded it kind of insinuated that. And she also, in the Jeff Lewis interview, contradicted herself from the things she had told the ladies. That's what Heather feels, because in the interview, Jeff asks if John heard the crash, and Shannon said she really didn't think much of it. So Tamara says that this proves that Shannon is lying, and Heather says that she's confused. So then they go out into the city. The city really is beautiful. And then they're going to go on a boat. When I heard boat, I imagined like a big boat, a yacht maybe. They got on a tiny red boat, but it was actually super cool because in the boat they were able to go past and look at all the landmarks of the city. And then the boat at some point went super fast and was kind of like doing little turns. It looked like a fair ride. And I'm definitely going to have to get on one of these boats when I go to London. So when they go back to the hotel, they take time to get ready for dinner. Katie brought her own glam and did her makeup, and Jen's as well. Of course, Gina and Emily had to make a little snarky comment about that. So they get going to a restaurant called The Londoner. Super elegant, fancy, 5-course meal, great drinks. So Tamara asks the ladies about their mammograms that they just took. And Heather says, oh, well, no one asked me about mine. So I didn't tell anyone that I got an almost 40% chance of getting breast cancer. So everyone's like a little shocked. And Heather, she starts to say that her family has a history of breast cancer. So that, along with the 40% chance of getting it, it's just very scary and, very, 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 very sad. And she starts to say, we sat in the room and you all asked each other if you were okay. And not a single one of you all asked me if I was okay. And she had tears in her eyes. And I really did feel bad for Heather because even though I don't like her like that, I do think she was hurt. And I think that when people are upset, regardless if they're a good or bad person, I think that, that's not a good feeling to have. So I really, really feel bad for her that she felt, well, first of all, what they told her, but second, that she felt like no one cared to ask her. To be fair, though, Shannon and Jen say that when they were in the waiting room, they heard Heather say, yay, from inside the room. But Heather says that she was saying yay because of Gina and how, she came back cleared. But Heather just looked so sad. They apologized because it wasn't their intention. And this goes back to the thing with Emily. The thing with Emily and the dress, was it intentional? No, it wasn't, but her feelings were still hurt. So it's important to acknowledge that. So I'm glad they apologized. Katie then says that she doesn't really know anything about her family's medical history, like regarding health and stuff like that, because she was adopted. But she does share that her and her family are going to be going to Korea to meet her birth mother, who's only 55, because her mom was 15 when she had Katie. And Katie's like 40, it's crazy the fact that Heather, Shannon, Tamra, these ladies are Katie's mother's age. And some of them are even older. I think Shannon and Heather are definitely older than 55. And Tamra too, all three of them. Wow, so Katie's mom is younger than these. Wow, that's really interesting. So they're talking about that and whatnot. So then here comes Tamra, ruining the vibes. Can we talk about your lawsuit, Shannon? Oh my gosh. Shannon's like, not really. I don't really like talking about that. And Tamra says, well, you don't want to talk about it, but you want to go talk about it on the Jeff Lewis show. So here comes Shannon again explaining that she was there and she had to explain that the money was not a loan. There was no promissory note. He didn't ask for the money back, but now he did send the promissory note. So I guess the legality of it that they're going to have to figure out now is to determine if the money was a loan or not. Tamara says, well, you also said something on the Jeff Lewis show that was a lie. Shannon asks, what? So Heather then takes the rails and says, well, when we went to Sonoma, you showed me a picture of the night of the accident. And on Jeff Lewis, when he asked you where John was the night of the accident, you said you hadn't thought about it. And Shannon says, well, maybe I didn't mean to say that. Heather then says, but you said to him that you hadn't thought about it. So now I'm feeling like you used me. I feel used. I was like, really, Heather? I was just feeling bad for your ass. But here goes Heather Dubrow with the same tricks. So at this point, Shannon is now crying and saying that she was honestly just telling her friend something. So for Heather to now be saying that she felt used, and this is not the first time Heather has taken sensitive personal information that Shannon has said, and then Heather has used it against Shannon and to make herself the victim. So it's nothing new, but that's just crazy. Shannon simply showed Heather a photo of the night of the accident, which was very vulnerable of her, and that's that. There's no reason for Heather to now think that she was used. Used for what? Like, that's ridiculous. And then to make stuff worse, as Shannon is sitting there crying like she has been this whole season, poor woman can't catch a break, Tamra says, you're not the victim here, Shannon. So that's where Shannon just gets up and walks off. Because she ain't here for that. I mean, this was supposed to be a trip for her to, get distracted of all the stuff that's been going on. And to hear Tamra say that, before Shannon walks out, though, she says, don't call me a victim again, Tamra Judge. And what does Tamra do? She sits there and laughs. What an evil person, truly. I think that any person who laughs at someone else's disgraces, to me, that's an evil person. And that Heather Dubrow, to make something so hurtful about someone else, to make that about you, trash. I don't care how much money she's got. She's a trashy person. Money can't buy a class, like the Countess told us. Gina then goes after Shannon, and Shannon shows Gina an old text from 2018 that she was able to find, where Alexis Bellino was texting her that she was going to sue her along with her husband, Jim Bellino. Now, why is this significant? Well, it's significant because in the beginning of the season, y'all remember, Alexis swore that she had nothing to do with the lawsuit. Well, that's a lie. It's a lie. And it's crazy because the only reason Shannon even, was able to find this text was when she texted Alexis that she wasn't going to be invited. The timeline, she went up the timeline of the text thread, and that's how the message popped up. So that is crazy, but Alexis, you were caught, you're a liar. I also gotta say, credit for Gina for being so supportive of Shannon, not just this episode, but this whole season thus far. And that was the end of the episode, you guys. So I'm telling you, these episodes are packed of just drama. So they're really entertaining, but again, so horrible what they're doing to Shannon. But you guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know what your thoughts were about this whole situation. And I'll catch y'all next time. You have a great one.